Hannah Whiteley is fortunate enough to be able to meet and seek advice from some of the game's leading players and minds while travelling the globe.
Wow!
Today, she's on the range with resident golf guru Mitchell Spearman, trying to learn from the muscular swing of Spanish sensation Jon Rahm.
We're down here on the driving range in Miami with our resident coach, Mitchell Spearman, where today we are delving into the swing of none other than Jon Rahm to see how a tiny bit of his swing could help me and hopefully the viewers at home. So Mitchell, Jon is someone who generates an extraordinary amount of distance and power. How does he do that?
I think strong legs. I was watching him hit balls at a tournament a couple of weeks ago, and he's just got really strong legs, pretty wide stance, sits into the ground. It's a short backswing. If you've got a short backswing, you've got to have the club in a slightly flatter position because you don't have time if the shaft gets upright. So he gets the club in this flat position here, a little bit of a bow in his left wrist, and he just sort of sits down into the ground here. It's almost like his weight is on his back leg as he starts his downswing, and then he just rotates through and holds it out there.
Okay.
Very powerful, nice to watch. You know, it's not often a young man's swing to be that short, but it's a swing that seems to suit him and obviously his body quite well. So, you know, for those of you looking to just, you know, generate a little bit more pan, a little bit more solid strike, this could be for you. You widen your stance a little bit more and sit down. So really get your butt feeling lower to the ground. So it's like you're pushing down. As you swing back here, keep the pressure in your feet the whole time. So there's no kind of moving to the right or the left. It's just going down. That in its way will make your backswing shorter because it's tighter here. So you get that feeling of Jon Rahm's shortness here. The club's got to be flat. We don't want it up here. We want it a little bit to the side. And then on the downswing, as I said, it's almost like he pushes down on his right leg. You know, there's not a weight shift across. He sits down on it. The body just is out of the way. And then, you know, what I watch through the ball is how long his arms are post-impact. A very long follow-through with his arms. So he's got a short backswing, but a long sort of through swing. So if you're really looking to just strike the ball solidly, for those of you that maybe hit fades and cuts, and you just want to get a little more power in your shots, then I think, you know, the image of Jon Rahm sitting down lower and turning around your back foot could be quite helpful.
All right, let's go for it.
Yeah, so let's give it a go. So wider stance than I would normally do. Feeling of sitting in my right leg longer, especially here in the transition, and I'm going to try and get this backswing to be a little bit shorter. So sit, short, flat, and bow. Okay, and it's, you know, for me that's a little bit of a higher ball flight because I sat on that right leg a little longer, but it also had a lot of strike on it, which felt really good. So it's very much a using the ground feel.
I see.
Want to give it a try?
I'd love to, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the thing with Jon is he looks a lot older than he actually is, but his swing, it's very athletic because he's only 23 years old, but he's a big guy.
He's a big guy,
and he puts it all into it, doesn't he?
And you know, I think with big guys, you know, if they turn away from the ball a lot, it's a lot of mass to turn back to the ball. So it's a golf swing that works well for him. He uses his mass to stay in position and just stretches away from the ball. So that's you know, it's very different than say a Justin Thomas that's thinner and leaner who makes more rotations in his swing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so let's have a look here. So wider stance. That's the feel. So you feel like you're sitting down. Swing back and feel low in your legs there. That's it. And then as you start down, you just keep the pressure down. So it's not, and that just it turns. So if anything, you're a little more behind the ball here at impact in your body. So let's see you do that again. A little less knee flex though. So lower to the ground in your butt, not necessarily in your knees.
Kind of.
Good. There.
So you're not leaning back.
No, not leaning back.
No.
You're just down. So you're lower to the ground there. Shorter backswing. Sit down low. Good.
Well, it was...
Yeah, good power there.
A bit of a stinger, that one.
Yeah, good power. Let's go with that again, because that's really good. And then for you, try to make the next backswing even what to you feels shorter. So you're so loaded in your legs that it can't even go back further. But that was great there, Anna. Good. Wow.
Ooh, yes.
So you can see the strength of the hit on that, a lot of smack on the ball.
Yeah.
And that's just when we use about the term using the ground, that's it. You're using the ground, that you're keeping the attachment to it. And that's very much what he does in his golf swing. He really sits down and then he just rotates. I said he was hitting balls where I was at a tournament a couple of weeks ago, just in front of me there. And it was like really interesting to watch, and you know, a lot of divot with his short iron, so that left wrist really drives into the ground there. So he hits his long irons a long way, as he hits everything a long way.
Lovely stuff, thank you, Mitchell. Well, if you're looking for some more power and distance on the ball, Jon Rahm's swing could be the one to help you at home.